Hey guys, I'm Dennis Hauger, and you're listening to the DIVEBOMB IndyCar Podcast.
Welcome back to DIVEBOMB IndyCar Podcast, and we have a very familiar guest on the show. It is now Dale Coyne Racing's Dennis Hauger. Dennis, pleasure to have you back. How have you been?
Thank you, pretty good. Obviously getting some testing done with Dale Coyne and just getting into the IndyCar series. It's been a good off-season so far, obviously. So I've been enjoying it and obviously spending some time back home in Norway. So looking forward to 2026.
Yeah, so you said you've been doing a bit of testing. Anything else you've been up to in your off-season?
Well, really, to be honest, just training, working with sponsors and just kind of settling myself into the season, obviously coming up with Dale Coyne. I've been at the shop a bit, having a few test days with them, just creating a bond. So yeah, it's been good so far, and obviously a bit more time before we get started for next year. But looking forward to it.
Sounds like the off season doesn't really stop for you. So credit where credit's due. I also see you do a bit of Porsche racing back in Scandinavia once your season's over. You've done it for the last couple of years. So why do you decide to race something a little bit different once your seasons are over?
I've been a Porsche ambassador for quite a few years back home in Norway here. So that is kind of a Porsche festival kind of race. And I get invited from Porsche to do that race. And it's kind of my only opportunity to do some kind of home Grand Prix in Norway ever. So just having a lot of fun when I go there. There's a lot of fans, a lot of people, and it's always fun to just try new cars and experience that as well. So every time I get the opportunity to do that, I want to do it. And it's been going pretty good. We won last year and we won this year. Both races and pole on both as well. So it's been a lot of fun. It goes well, and that makes it even more enjoyable.
Yes, I bet definitely a winning year for you then in that case. But obviously with your winning year, we're here to discuss your move up to Dale Coyne Racing in IndyCar for 2026. So how does it feel to get that rewarding move after your IndyNext championship?
Feels really good. I mean, more than I could expect. It's obviously what I hope for going into the IndyNext season. To kind of achieve the championship and get a seat, but the job has to be done, and I'm really happy we were able to do it. And obviously to get the opportunity to move up to IndyCar is a dream come true. So excited for the future.
And obviously we've seen this big trend of F2 drivers coming over to IndyCar, but we hadn't really seen what you did in terms of going to Indy Next. So when you kind of look back to that, obviously now that you've reached that goal of going to IndyCar, how do you kind of reflect back on that decision, maybe the risk that it was, even if you felt like you may have been ready to go to IndyCar last year? How much, I guess, has that decision been validated for you?
I mean, looking back, obviously really happy about the choice. And to be fair, like going into the season, I didn't really know what to expect. I knew we were quick from testing and stuff, but there was more factors into the season than just, being quick on one or two tracks. There was a lot of new tracks for me, and ovals were a new thing. So many different factors, but I'm really happy I did the season I did with Indy Next. It gave me a lot of experience on the tracks, gave me some oval experience, and just, I think, put myself in, a bit of respect or just creating my own name in the States. I think that was really good and really smart. But in the end, it all comes from results. So I'm happy we were able to do it. And obviously, it's made me a bit more ready for IndyCar maybe than what I would have been if I went straight from F2. So I think there was only positive to take from the decision we made. But obviously, it's easier said than done. If it didn't go really well, we might have looked a bit stupid, So in the end, I'm really happy we made the choice, and I've enjoyed the time over in the States so much. So I'm really happy about the choice we made.
And is it something you would kind of recommend doing to other drivers who might be in your position where you didn't have the funding to go straight to IndyCar? I know we're seeing Victor Martins testing, we've seen Enzo Fittipaldi making the move as well. So is it something you would kind of recommend?
For sure. I mean, to be fair, looking at the testing from the next tests now, there's quite a few European drivers and some guys taking maybe going a different direction than what they had this year. So that's really cool to see. And I think it's a great opportunity for many drivers in the States, because there is prize money. If you win, you really get an opportunity. And that's something I honestly feel like it's not quite the same case in the European ladders. So I've really enjoyed seeing that part as well of it. And I think, you know, if you do well, you get the opportunity, and it really shows when the P1 and P2 in the next championship got the opportunity to do IndyCar. So yeah.
And I mean, kind of just following up to that, obviously it is one of the big appeals of Indy Next, having that scholarship. And yes, obviously last year you couldn't step up straight to IndyCar because of the funding. So how valuable is that sort of backing in terms of helping you make that sort of step? And I guess in pulling this deal together with Dale Coyne as well, was there anything else on top of the scholarship that really kind of helped to put all of that together?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the biggest reasons we were looking at Indy Next as well. It's the opportunity it gives with the prize money. And yeah, I think that was obviously, without that, I wouldn't have been able to do IndyCar next year. I'm getting some help from Andretti as well. And Dale Coyne is really supporting me along the way as well. So it's different factors that's put me into IndyCar today. And in the end of the day, I'm just really happy I have that kind of support from the teams, and really they see the work I'm doing and the motivation I have to do good and earn my spot. So yeah, in the end, without them, I wouldn't be here today. So I'm really grateful for that, and hopefully we can do something good with it.
And obviously it's really interesting because the IndyCar driver market is all about getting your business done as early as you can. So at which point in your season did you sort of start looking towards IndyCar and speaking towards IndyCar teams in 2026? And ultimately, sort of, when did you agree to a deal to race with Dale in 2026?
I mean, most of the year, to be fair, I was just doing my thing on track, trying to, just take it race by race and show what I can do. And then when we got to like the last 3-4 races, maybe we were starting to chat a bit with Andretti and the guys there. And eventually we started talking with Dale Coyne, and looking at what the possibilities were. And I guess we had more of a proper chat in Portland and kind of moved on from there. So yeah, that's kind of how it built up. But to be fair, like most of the season, I was just focused on what I had to do. Even mid-season, like I had a bit of a gap, but it can change so quickly in the series. So I just had to keep working on that and make sure I get the scholarship money as well. So at the end of the day, when we sort of got closer to the end of the season, it was getting more and more clear. And yeah, really happy we were able to land it, obviously. Get that kind of support from Dale Coyne as well is pretty cool.
And I know there were a few seats free in IndyCar, but I guess, were there any other options on the table, and why was it that you ultimately picked Dale Coyne? Was that the only option you had? Just take us a bit through that process.
I wouldn't say it was the only option I had, probably, but it was the clear option for us with Andretti as well, to kind of go for that. And it felt like the most natural choice as well, to be fair. I think obviously with the partnership now as well with Andretti and Dale Coyne, I think that's something really good for Andretti and Dale Coyne, how we can move forward and kind of take both teams into kind of new steps. So hopefully that can be something good for longer than just 1 year, and for maybe more drivers than me. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, it's obviously good.
So in that process, is it yourself doing a lot of work? Is Andretti doing some of the work for you to try and find a seat? Are teams coming to you to sort of speak about their plans? Who's sort of leading the negotiations when you're trying to find a seat? In your instance.
Obviously, I have my manager, Harold Heusman. He's kind of the guy that I've been with since I was 11, 12 years old. So it's him and obviously me, my dad. We're all kind of working a bit together in terms of sponsorships and just the complete package. But in terms of negotiations, it's been Harold mostly, and we've got some support and help from Andretti, which we've been really grateful towards. Obviously, they know the paddock really well and have some good connections. So it's been a part of different factors that's led to it to the moment. But I think with the year we've had, it's obviously been easier to work on that, obviously, for 2026.
And Dale was really known as an owner and a team who really developed young talent in their early IndyCar years. Like saw Alex Palou in the team, and let's look at what he's gone on to do since. So how beneficial is it for you to be in an environment and a team which has this reputation for developing young drivers like yourself?
I think it's really good. I mean, looking at the team, Dale, how they're all working is nice. It's really like a family, and I think it's gonna be interesting, obviously, to see how we get on once the season starts. But it's cool to see the guys before, like Alex Palou, as you said. I think he finished 15 or 16 in the first year for him in the championship. But they had some really good races together, and he just built up pretty quickly with them. So obviously I want to do something similar. I feel like we got on it pretty straight away as a team. And they've taken some big steps this year, I would say. Like they've had some really good races, and it's just about strengthening those kind of weaknesses or kind of bad races. And I think that can make everything move up quite a bit. So I'm really looking forward to see what we can do.
And you said to us last time we spoke to you that you really wanted to keep hold of that Andretti relationship. That's obviously happened. So how much of a say did you have in that? And I guess why was it so important to kind of keep that bond between you heading into your first season in IndyCar?
I mean, at the moment, my main work is with Dale Coyne Racing, and that's who I'm working with and pushing to get results with. But obviously they've been a part of the process to help me, and now they're obviously in the technical partnership. So I think that's been a really cool process. Obviously I really had a good time with Andretti this year, and we built a really good relationship. So to kind of, I wouldn't say collaborate, but work together again into IndyCar in some sort is really cool to see. And in the end of the day, I'm with Dale Coyne, and that's who I'm working with and pushing for. But I think that can put us in a great spot for 2026. Trying to take a few things from here and there from both sides and put it together. So I'm looking forward to see what we can do, to make it better for both sides.
And I'm always interested with these technical alliances, kind of how tight-knit the relationship is. So what sort of help are you getting in these early days as Dale Coyne from Andretti, whether it's kind of access to data or the engineering group? So what does that relationship actually involve?
It's still early days. It's kind of something that's been a process now in the off season, how it's going to work, how the partnership is going to look like. I think we're getting more and more close, like how it's going to look in season. For the off season now, it's kind of been a bit of data, a bit of that kind of stuff. What we really want to work on at Dale Coyne is kind of the super speedways. That's where they've kind of lacked a bit more in the past few years. So kind of seeing what the opportunities are to get better here and there on those type of tracks. Otherwise, still just keeping an open communication, before race week and after race weekend, and always just staying in touch, seeing what we're doing and how we're developing things. So how it's going to look like in season is still not 100% for me, sure, but I think it can be pretty good from both sides, and hopefully, it can help.
You're probably going to hate this question. I know the answer you're going to give, but obviously with the Andretti relationship, we've seen what happened most recently, I guess, with Kirkwood having his kind of development year almost at AJ Foyt Racing, then moving up to the Andretti team. So is your end goal something similar to that?
Honestly, right now, I'm just focusing on next year with Dale Coyne Racing. That's who I'm working with, as I said. So that's where the focus is, and what the future holds, I don't know, but I know I'm gonna work as hard as I can to get some good results for next year.
That's the answer I thought I was going to get.
Yeah.
And at the team, you've got IndyCar's very own Einstein in Michael Cannon. So have you spoken to him much at all? And has his influence been significant to you at all early doors?
Yeah, it's been really cool working with him. I think there's some really good and smart people in the team, and he's definitely one of them, obviously, coming in this season. And yeah, we've had the Mid-Ohio test and the Indy test together, and it's really cool to see the kind of steps he's taking with us, and also just the way he works, like just step by step, also to test me, see how my feedback is also for next year. So I think we've done pretty well so far. Like, we made some steps in the Indy test at the road course, and we ended up quickest, which was really cool. So for sure, it's going to be interesting to see how we can keep that development going into next year. But so far, so good. Really great guy, and yeah, looking forward to work with all of them next year.
And your teammate remains unconfirmed alongside you for next year. So is there anything in particular looking for your teammate? You're looking for somebody who's got experience, success in IndyCar. What do you really want as a teammate who's going to support you next year?
Honestly, out of the names I've seen so far, I'll be in pretty good hands anyway, to be fair. I don't really bother too much who it's going to be. Obviously, I want someone that's like optimally, it would be someone that has experience that I can learn from and build from as well, and we can really push each other. But I think no matter who it's going to be, they're going to be quick. So honestly, we'll just see who it is. But yeah, I mean, in the optimal world, it would be someone that has experience that I can also build from in my rookie season. But we'll see where it goes.
And look, since we last spoke to you, you've actually driven the IndyCar 3 different times. So you've been very busy even after the season's ended. So what were your first impressions of the car? Because we spoke to Lockie a couple of weeks ago. He actually said he was quite underwhelmed by it. So what were your first opinions of the car when you drove it?
I enjoyed it, to be honest. My first test was Mid-Ohio. It's pretty technical, like a really flowy track, which was fun. So obviously I had a bit of a crash there, but the speed was really good. I enjoyed it. Like, there is a lot more tools to work with as well in the car, especially for the ovals. So for me, it's been a great process so far. It's the quickest car I've been in ever. So yeah, I'm enjoying my time, and I think those obviously helps that I felt comfortable in the car from the get-go, and we came up to speed pretty quickly. I think that helps quite a lot.
And the dreaded question, what actually happened at Mid-Ohio? And I guess then after that, how did you bounce back from that? Because I guess it's not an ideal start, but
yeah, I mean, for sure. We had the crash in Mid-Ohio, and then we went quickest in Indy, so it was obviously a bit of a positive bounce back, I would say. I told the team, I just have a good day today, and then no one's gonna remember the first test. So that was kind of good. But yeah, the first test just pushed the limits a bit, and I think I just wanted it a bit too much. And on a track like Mid-Ohio, you don't really, if you go off track, you're in the grass, and then you're in the wall most likely. So it's that's kind of how it ended up. But I'm really happy I just clicked the reset button. I knew we had pace, we had speed, and I just kept on working on what I had to do in Indy, and we had a clean day, and we showed our true pace and built it up from there. So I'm really happy we were able to get a good day like that. It would have been a bit shit if I had another day with a crash. So it was a really positive day, and I I enjoyed it. No matter if I crashed, I knew I had the pace in the car, and it felt good. So it was just about keep working.
And I know Indy Road Course is quite a popular test track for teams. So I guess that was pretty good representation for you of how it compares the car to things you've driven in the past. So how does it compare the Indy car to, say, the F2 car?
I would say probably a bit similar in some ways, but quite different in terms of driving style. I feel like the F2 car feels more heavy, even with a hybrid now in the Indy car, it just feels more heavy. With the steering ratio as well, it's a bit different. So just the style becomes quite different with the IndyCar, which for me went a bit more into my direction, I would say, in terms of braking techniques and all these kind of stuff. There's obviously quite a bit more things to look after in the car with the roll bars, hybrid system, modes, maps, and obviously the way jacker on the ovals. So there is a few more tweaks you can do in the car, which I find kind of fun. Yeah, honestly, otherwise it's just been building it up. And when I went into the F2 car, I didn't really feel natural, and I'm really happy I got the feeling that it felt natural in the car. Otherwise it would have been a bit worrying. So I'm looking forward to see how we can keep progressing.
And obviously you were at Nashville last week to try the IndyCar on Nova for the first time. I know in that sort of rookie oval test, you don't really push the car to its limits as such, but how did you find driving a car with that power on oval for the first time?
Really fun. To be fair, we started the day with a bit more like race downforce and stuff, even more, and we just kind of tuned it a bit. We got some help, or like a few tips from Andretti in terms of how we can work and gain some bit of different things. I'm not going into the specifics, but so yeah, it was a really good day. I got to test quite a few different setups and really just see how the car feel, how it reacts to the downforce levels. So it was really enjoyable. To be fair, I got up to speed pretty quickly, and it's a bit easier when you're alone on track, or there's one more car on track. It's quite different when we get into a race weekend, but it was a positive start, I would say.
And I know you've had a lot of testing being on the basis you are a rookie. Do you have anything else planned in the next couple of months, or are you sort of done for the winter at this point?
Done for the winter. I think it's hard to go anywhere right now. Like, it's getting cold.
Snowing, I think, in Indianapolis, so you've missed that.
Yeah, I saw that actually, but I mean, it's gonna snow here tomorrow apparently as well. So no, for me now, it's just taking some time off, training, and just getting prepared like I did in Indy Next, like just watching videos and working with the team, online to make sure we're always working on things, and just get over there in January, February, and get ready to start the season.
Have you got many plans for your time off when you aren't training?
Not really, to be fair. Just spend some time with the family, girlfriend, and just disconnect a bit. Enjoy my time in Norway and not worry too much about what's happening over the sea, and just recharge.
And obviously, being an IndyCar rookie, that means you will be making your Indy 500 debut as well. So have you kind of given any thought to that yet? I know there's probably a lot to think about and look towards and prepare towards, but have you got any kind of early feelings about that? I know you were there last year watching, so nerves, excitement, how are you feeling?
Not too much right now. I mean, honestly, we had the Nashville test, which is kind of the closest to, I guess, you get to the Indy track, to the Indy Oval. But I don't really have too much of an expectation yet. I've seen some videos and stuff. Looks pretty quick. I'm just gonna enjoy getting on track for the first time. We obviously have the driver evaluation kind of thing there as well, so we'll just take it a step at a time. But honestly, I felt pretty quick and pretty comfortable straight away in Nashville, so hopefully it will be the same feeling in Indy. But yeah, it's just gonna be insane to go there for the first time on track and not watch. Just be in the car and drive it yourself. So yeah, I'm looking forward to get it started.
There's also going to be a few other places you're visiting for the first time next year. Is there anything else you're really looking forward to heading into next year?
I mean, I guess the kind of good thing for me now is that most of the tracks I haven't been to yet is new for everyone else as well. We got Phoenix, Markham, Arlington, obviously. The only track I haven't been to that the others have is Long Beach. I went there to look this year, but obviously that's going to be a bit different. But there's got a few cool new tracks on the calendar next year, which is going to be really fun to go to and experience. Hopefully we can be quick on those. And the good thing, I guess, is that most of them are street tracks, which I usually enjoy. Phoenix is going to be a bit different for everyone, but yeah, it's just going to be awesome to get started.
Norway are going to win the World Cup just before the national race, aren't they, as well?
That's the plan. That's the plan.
They've got a good team. They've got a chance.
Obviously, that would be pretty epic. And hopefully I can go and watch a match or something while they're over in the States. So hopefully they can do well. They've got a pretty good team this year. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think. How many do you think Haaland's going to score? You got an early prediction on how many he might score?
I have no idea, but I guess it's going to be quite a few.
Yeah, I think so too. Looking toward next year, is any like initial goals or targets you have? Is like Rookie of the Year something you say is a bit of priority for you heading into next year?
I mean, I think I have like the first goal is to be the Rookie of the Year. That's kind of priority number one. Or I wouldn't say priority number one, but that's kind of one of the goals I have. I think from a championship point of view, it's a bit hard to say because, looking at Alex below his first year, he came 16th, and I think VK this year came 14 or something. So, if we can be in the top 15, I would be happy. If we could be in the top 10, I would be really happy. It kind of depends on the steps we're taking in the off season now, and see how we get on in the first few races. So that's kind of be, let's see where we end up and go. But I really want to get a few good results. Hopefully a podium or a win. That would be a goal. But for me, it's just about building experience. It seemed like we can be quick when we have some pace out there. So just building experience with fuel saving, hybrid stuff. There's quite a few different factors to that, but I just want to go out there and do well like I always do. I race to win, and sometimes we might have a car that will get us there. Sometimes we won't, but we're gonna give everything and then see where we end up.
And I'm kind of interested in the mindset. Obviously, you go from Indy Next, where you've kind of dominated really last year, to kind of being the most inexperienced driver again and having to learn everything. How do you kind of recalibrate and kind of almost reset in terms of your mindset and your expectations when you go from being able to win every week to suddenly being the guy who's kind of just having to learn everything?
I don't know. I mean, I guess the way I'm looking at it right now is that I don't want to change my approach to a weekend. I want to go out there. I want to look at the tasks I have ahead of the weekend and try to just do the job. And if that's P1 sometimes, that would be awesome. If it's P5, P10, P15, we'll see. But I think we can do well. If I would aim to be 20th or 15th, I think that would be kind of I think I would lose already with that kind of mindset. So for me, it's I'm gonna keep the same approach, and then we'll see where we end up. But I think we've shown some decent pace, so it's just about keep working, and then we'll see where we're at in the first race. I guess we kind of get the pinpoint of where we are more there.
One thing I kind of like asking drivers once they move to IndyCar Indy Next, have you been spotted randomly in America yet? Have you been in the supermarket or something? If someone's just recognised you, has that happened yet at all?
Nah, not really.
Does it
Honestly,
happen in Norway at all, or?
yeah,
Oh,
quite a lot here.
okay.
But not too much in the States. To be fair.
Maybe next year. Maybe we'll have to speak to you next year, see if there's any update on it.
Probably, I should probably do a race first, and then maybe we'll see.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And another interesting question we like asking drivers, especially kind of having not grown up in the US. Do you follow any US sports yet? Any US sports teams? Have you got into any of that?
I would like to say yes, but not really. I wanted to go, like I went to a basketball game to see Pacers. That was really cool. I went to like a supercross race in India as well, which was really cool. But there's still like a few things I want to get off my list, like baseball, football, American football.
The Indianapolis team are playing really well. It'd be a good time to do it.
Yeah, I mean, Colts seem to be pretty good, but I haven't watched too much, to be honest. So I got to get more into it and follow the traditions, I guess, more in the US.
Were there any other sports you were kind of a fan of growing up? I mean, I guess you lived over here in the UK for a bit as well. So were there any other sports you kind of followed?
Not gonna lie, it's been racing. I mean, I've always enjoyed watching other sports. Like if it's on the TV, I'll watch it, but I've never really followed like a championship and stuff. So, I've had one thing in mind my whole life, I guess. So I haven't really had time to too much, other stuff. But no, I enjoy watching, and it's always cool to see different athletes, how they work, and even talk to them, like how their year looks, how their training looks, and all that kind of stuff. So that's always interesting.
It's quite interesting that you're spending your off season back in Norway. Because a lot of the people who move over to the States sort of just stay in the States once they move there. So is there anything like you really miss about Norway when you move to America, or?
I mean, this year I've been over there alone my whole year. So I got the girlfriend back in Norway and everything. So obviously want to go back home and see her and see my family and my friends. And then obviously, if there's going to be more years over in the US, hopefully, it will be more of a permanent thing. But I've lived there from March to now, basically, and then spending a couple of months at home in Norway can't be too bad, can it?
I remember last time we asked you about your championship ring. So have you sorted out what's going on with that yet? Is it on display somewhere? Is it worn at all? What's going on with it?
Still in my backpack, to be honest.
That's amazing.
I haven't really got the place for it yet. I've been going a bit back and forth, but it's still with me, and I have to find a good spot for it.
What about your hats? Have you got all your hats on display somewhere? All of the hats that you've got from your wins and your podiums?
I mean, I've worn the last podium cap I've had like until the next one without really thinking about it. I just, this is a cool cap, and then I just worn it for a while. But yeah, some of them are in my apartment back home. Some of them are here. So kind of bit everywhere. Just they look pretty good. Most of them, like the Indy cap I got when I got the win here, was pretty cool. So yeah, I find them nice.
Pretty cool. Just to finish off, we like getting every IndyCar driver, and you are now an IndyCar driver, so you have the privilege of this, to add 2 songs to our Spotify playlist that we've kind of amassed it from all the drivers. So what 2 songs would you like us to add on your behalf?
Oh no.
Great reaction.
You can check if you need to.
I'll have to check here. I have one. It's a song I listen to before every race almost. It's called Hell Yeah by Rev Theory.
Okay, cool. Don't know it, but we can get it added.
Yeah, awesome. And what should I choose here? I have no idea.
We have a real range of like old country music and rap and all sorts of stuff. It's very diverse.
Fair enough. In this playlist.
Should I put like a Norwegian song in it?
Yeah.
If you want to put a Norwegian song, please.
Ooh.
Linus Flunkfist put 2 Swedish songs in, so
okay.
It's acceptable in this playlist.
All right, let's have a look. Hmm. Hmm.
If it makes you feel better, you're definitely not the only driver to look at their Spotify. I think
That's good.
85% do, so, including Alex Palou. So if he can do it, everybody else can.
Yeah.
Taking it seriously, I like this.
Yeah. This is an important life decision here. It's gonna be like, how am I supposed to say this? Like, translate it though.
If you just say it, we'll try and figure it out.
All right. It's called Falle, like Falle.
Okay.
OG, og,
Yep.
falle og slå seg.
Okay. Well, I think we'll be able to find that.
By Ari.
Yeah.
There it is. Look at
Nice. We did
that.
it.
Look at that for productivity.
Awesome. That was
then-
easy.
Exactly.
Very easy.
We'll both give him a listen, Dennis, and we'll give we'll do a ranking one day, Archie. We'll ranking IndyCar driver songs worst to best. But anyway, Dennis, we really appreciate your time. We've caught up with you a lot this season, so we'll let you enjoy the rest of your off season back home. It sounds like you're very busy, so hopefully now you can relax a little bit. And best of luck for 2026.
Thank you, guys. See ya.